Hello all, this is Dr. Davis. We are coming to you this week about the foundation. What is foundation when it comes to chiropractic? Well, I'm excited to tell you it's your nervous system. If you have a flaw as you develop in your nervous system due to trauma, stress, toxins, and trauma can go many ways. That's mental, physical, emotional, all of those can lead into it. Then it can have a lasting output on how you develop on your nervous system, how you learn, how you read, how you write, how you run. Or let's face it, some of us see these kids out like, oh, he or she is just clumsy. Some people might not be athletically gifted, sure, but there should be no kid that's constantly falling over or tripping. So why is foundation important? It is the cornerstone to help these children to develop and get what they need to get in order to learn, develop, grow a healthy immune system, a healthy gut, healthy motor, healthy speech, and also a healthy automatic system or the autonomic nervous system of the spine. So one of the ways it develops, it has to be stress-free or get the stress off of the nerves. How do you know if your child has stress on their nerves? Well, you have to measure it. You have to look at things in a different manner. They're not going to come to you and say, Mom or Dad, my neck or my back hurts. No. But it's going to be more or less, you'll see it come up in different ways. Maybe they're chronically ill. Maybe they're always have ear infections. Maybe they're having problems when it does come to sight word memorization, reading, writing, or putting words together in sentences. Or even just their normal day-to-day functions. Maybe they're having or delays with crawling, walking. That is important. If they're missing this, a lot of the times it's caught too late and you have to really retrain that. There's a lot more work involved. But if you catch these things early and make sure that their foundation is growing correctly, that is where you have a more promising outcome, promising future, happier, healthier child, and even, yes, adults. So these problems that you might have had since you were little, thinking maybe I've always had problems with math, I wasn't that good at reading, writing wasn't my thing. It could have been all along that there was just that stress that caused that part not to develop or grow the way that it should. So having the foundation, we're going to talk about the vagus nerve. This is where they develop more the emotional, the personality, the behavioral, right? If that is stress to begin with, then how do you think their behavior would be thereafter? Or if they're always thought to be the bad kid or the trouble child because they can't quite express themselves correctly and they have more sensory input problems or sensory deficit, that is where they can really behave like a bad child. But truly, they're not, no, I'm not speaking for everyone. There are bad kids out there. But when it comes to a child who's truly trying, they're not succeeding in school, they're not succeeding in behavioral, but they're trying to express themselves. What do they know how to do? They have outbursts. They get mad, they get angry, they cry, they act like, well, like the little kid you see on the grocery store floor, kicking, screaming, and crying. That is an outburst. Now, if we could help them better tone and better behave, or, have better function there, then that is where they would have better behavior, better output. It's like they're drinking out of a fire hydrant. If there's so much input coming in, they don't know how to process, so they just, and that can be a major hindrance in their personality development, who they believe they are, their self-identity, which is why this goes so much further than just even school or behaving well in social norms or circumstances. The foundation has to be pure, has to be clean, has to be without stress. And that is where we stress you to have your child checked by a neurological specific chiropractor, not one that just goes and looks at things in a broad manner, but one that's specifically designed to look more at the neuro output, neurosensory, and measure that. That way we can have outcomes that are successful and make these kids better for the next generation. Because if we don't help these kids out now, and they get bypassed in school, they get bypassed with held back a grade or two, or maybe they're just lost in the system, they're just passing them to help them move along. What will that do for the next generation? That's my concern. That's where my heart's at. If we want to see the next generation do better, we have to start with the children, making sure that they're stress-free, they're doing the best that they can in school, and they have every opportunity to grow, to live life to the fullest amount. We're here to serve you. We love to see the progress made with these kids. We're going to be dropping some testimonials and success stories later this week, so stay tuned. And if you're a parent with a child with any of these concerns or want to know more about this, reach out to us. Give us a phone call, sit down, we'll have a talk and see if we're the right fit for you and your family. Take care. Until next time.